After that last hit.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your favorite guy to chew on to check in, man, with another episode of Chill Talk the Podcast. And as you can see, man, I got a real special guest, man. I done went all the way to the ATL, you did. Chop it up with
Yes,
my dog
sir.
slid by. My brother Kaddy Kobain, what it is, bro?
What it do? What it do, man? What's happening? What's going on, chill?
Man, you already know, man. We just grinding hard like a bad pair of brake plans, bro. That's all.
All that for shit show.
Already, man. So look, man, go on and introduce yourself to the people, man. Let them know who you is, bro, and what you repping, bro.
All right. I'm Kaddy Kobain, grunge trap artist, as y'all see right there. I know y'all gonna be a little confused. We'll get to that later. But yeah, originally from Indiana, moved to Atlanta, won't leave, fucking shit up every day, every night. It is what it is.
Is what it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, singer, songwriter, producer. So y'all know that part. There you go.
Yeah, so they know that part. Cause we're gonna get into all that.
Yeah.
So you say you originally from Indiana, right?
Yeah. Originally from Lafayette, Indiana, home of Axl Rose, Shannon Hoon, some other, timely individuals.
Yeah.
But my creativity, it was needed more down south. It was more appreciated down south. And that's where I went, and that's where I'm at. People, that I didn't think were gonna get what I was doing, the which is like the merging of grunge music and trap music together. They like, what does that even mean? And then but they love it. So, I'm super glad that I took a risk, came down to Atlanta with nothing but $200 in my pocket and a bag of clothes. And, look at me
And the
now.
rest is history.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So listen, let's get into this this journey real quick. Let's break it down for the people because some people might not understand what we got going on here.
Right. So it's basically like if Metro and Future got in the studio with Kurt Cobain and Chris Cornell and Lane Staley and made a record, yeah, that's who I am. that's what I make all the time, though. You know what I mean? It's just not one
record.
studio session. It's every studio session. You know what I mean? That I've ever encountered. I started by making covers because I mean I've always been a singer for my whole life, but I really wasn't into the R&B shit because it was kind of creepy to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it gets a little creepy when you listen. You like, I don't know if I want to be listening to this around other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Just not my style.
Yeah.
But I was always a fan of rock music. My dad was the one who basically put me on. He would, have me listening to Smashing Pumpkins and Korn and Limp Bizkit, Led Zeppelin, and all these different people, Green Day, Nirvana, obviously. And that was where I was more at because that's where I wasn't living this sexual ass life. I was living a fucked up life. So, I was living a crazy life. So, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to make music that I wanted to sing music and sing about stuff that was kind of more, internally for me, you know what I mean? And so, as I grew up and I started producing and, people like, oh, you should sing, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to make these songs that y'all want me to make. And so one day I just got the idea of like, what if I, covered a rock song, but with a trap beat, like, because I love 808s. Like 808s is my life. That's my bread and butter. That's how I, became known, and like
Yeah.
people had knew about me and shit like that. So
Right.
so then I put the two together, and people really took a liking to it, and so I just kept doing it and perfecting it, and and now, people. I remember I opened up for a pretty big guy. His name's Teddy Swims. He's dominating the charts right now. Shout out to my brother. Um, but I opened up for him in December, and this white lady, I'll never forget. She had to be like 40, 45. And she was like, I've been looking for this music my whole life. I was like, what? You're older than me? But to be able to do, like, to take a chance and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make this music and not what the norm is. I think that was, I mean, I pride myself on it because, I took that chance and didn't really care at that time, and still don't now, because,
Yeah.
now people like that shit for real.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. So let me ask you this though, like, what went through your mind at that moment when she said that? Because I know if that would have been me, boy, I'd have been like, "Oh shit, then I'm on to something."
Oh, I mean, I was on to something before then, but
Okay.
when my, friend, now wife, uh, when she heard my songs for the first time, because when I came to Atlanta, I wanted to record some. I didn't let my brother listen to it, because my brother, he was the one who lived here. So I was like coming to visit him. And I didn't want anybody to hear it. I just wanted to get in the studio and do it. And she just so happened to be present. And she loved it. And I was like, out of everybody in this room, she was the one she got it. And I was just like, wow, I'm on to something for real. And then the more I started to perfect the covers, and I did a whole entire album called Nevermind the Trap, where I did all Nirvana covers, but I trapped them out. Like, they were just I made them mine. You know what I mean? And people loved it. They were like, "This is the greatest thing ever." Like, wow,
Wow.
I didn't know that I wanted to hear Nirvana like this, but now I can't stop. But when she said that, because this was a bigger audience, and mind you, this wasn't my particular audience, because I was opening up for somebody. So it was like, when you open up for someone, you don't really know what they want to hear, because you typically want to, aid to the audience, but you also don't want to.
Yeah.
You just want to do it well. So luckily, I did it well, and well enough for her to say that. So to this day, it like has a special place in my heart. Whenever I get down, I'm just like, that lady said that this was, she'd been looking for this. I got at least one customer, you know what I mean? One person who's like, I need this, in my life. So yeah, it's crazy. It was a crazy feeling. I was really kind of starstruck about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine so, man, especially like you said, you was taking a risk, it wasn't the norm, you know what I'm saying? And then, once people started gravitating to it, I just knew for you, probably like you said, you was already on to something. But once the people started gravitating to it, then it was just kind of confirmation, like, yeah, this is where I need to be
Exactly.
right
It was
here.
just like, whoa, like, and it wasn't just her. It was like, this was a sold out show. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, I was on the stage, I was on the stage, like, lost for real, but I got through it. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me ask this then. Like, how long have you been doing your thing?
I've been, I mean, music's been me my whole life. Like I said, my dad, he was the producer. My mom was a singer, not like professional singer, but she had a voice. Um, and my dad, he was a producer, record label owner type, like smaller record label owner. Um, and so I just kind of grew up around it, but I didn't really take my first step into like trying to be something until I was 17, and I started making beats. Like my brother was like, I got this program called Fruity Loops. You know what I mean? And then I was just mesmerized because in my head, I'm making music all the time. Like I'm making a beat while I'm talking to you right now. It's crazy. But like I was never the one that I needed more instruments. And I'm like, it's going to take me forever to learn all these instruments. So when I was introduced to FL, I was like, oh my God, like I can do anything. You know what I mean? I still use it to this day, like, and still beasting on it. But it was just crazy that, I never really took in a step. And I had written stuff, like I used to rap before I sang. But I was always singing though. But I was like, oh, I need to rap. Rap's in right now. Jeezy had came out. Atlanta was going up on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. It was '06, '07 when Gucci just dropped Trap House. Jeezy just dropped Thug Motivation. The Diplomats were out. Like it was crazy times and everybody wanted to rap. Wasn't nobody singing. Like, and then, I mean, I love Chris Brown, but I cannot dance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing all that fucking spinning around on my head and all that shit. Like, I was out of that game. But when it comes to penman, I was always penning. I was always good at penning. My penmanship was crazy. My lyrics were nuts. Like I used to make people rewrite the verses when we was in a group. We had this group called RBK, Rubber Band Click, which was like the first rap group I was a part of. Which I was mostly like the producer, but I would get on a few tracks because I was mostly in like the background. Like I was always trying to see how shit was happening, like what was getting people on. Like everybody else was worried about the fame type part, and I was more like, where's the money coming from? You know what I mean? Like where's that happening at? You know what I mean? So um yeah, I started there, and then as people get older, they dwindle away, and we're real life happens. People have kids. People go to prison. You know what I mean? Like
all that.
Yeah, because I definitely did, and I think that was like really where I really knew like music was my savior because like when I went to the joint, and I went to the joint twice. When I went, I wasn't like the biggest person. I definitely wasn't as big as I am now. I was probably like 150, like 18. You know what I mean? But people knew that I made music. Like I didn't have FL, so I would like make beats on the boxes. You know what I mean? And like people would come from all over, all the different dorms. They like make the beat, Kaddy. You know what I mean? And then there it was. So it's always in me. And then when I was making beats while I was working. Like I was always making music, but it wasn't until I got to Atlanta 4 or 5 years ago. I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. 5 years ago, that was when I started to take myself serious and really like give it a shot and like put myself out there as an artist and not just somebody trying
let me
to.
stop you real quick. What made you at that moment 5 years ago, what made you say, all right, I'm about to do this shit?
I don't know. My brother was down here, so my brother, shout out to Riparachi. He was down here and he was mad I wasn't there. He was mad I wasn't here. He was just like, all these fucking opportunities. I'm seeing all these artists and you don't want to come down there. And I'm but at the time, I just had a son, and that was just 2. So I was like kind of in that mode of like, I'm in that mode right now. Like I think this isn't gonna work.
Yeah,
And some people when they have kids, they think that it's over, and there's no hope for what dream you have, but
right.
there is if you really want it. And that's why I really wanted it. And my life was shit where I was at. So I was like, it can't get any worse than this. You know what I mean? And I was like, I gotta try. I had to. It was just no other option for me.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So, cause when it's like that, when it's like it's no option, then you gotta feel like you're choosing the best option. If that makes
Oh,
sense.
for sure. Yeah, everybody's like, I gotta be sure. I gotta have this. I gotta have all this shit in place. Sometimes it just isn't like that. Sometimes it's just not. Like you'll plan all this shit, and then by the time it's about that time, some fucking crazy shit or 9/11 will happen or something. You know what I mean? Like then what? Then you looking sick as hell. You know what I mean? Like all this planning and all this and that, and now I'm just like out of this and that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I had time for that. I had to make myself known then. I'm like, if I don't do it right now, then I
Yeah,
might
you
as well
probably wouldn't.
just
You probably wouldn't have done it if you wouldn't have did it
yeah.
when you done it.
I probably wouldn't have done it at all. For real.
But let me ask you this: are you grateful that you done it now? That you look back, are you grateful for it though?
Oh man, totally. I mean, every little piece of what happened from the first day I got here to me talking to you today, it was all worth it. You know what I mean? Like in all realness, like I had to leave my son for a year, maybe a year and a half, but I just had him 2 weeks ago and he had the time of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the sacrifices like that have to be made to create something bigger than yourself.
Mm.
It's you're entering the unknown. You don't know. Like when you started this podcast, you didn't fucking know. You didn't know what was gonna happen. You just knew you were gonna do it. You just knew it had to be done. Like and you went with it. And look at you now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of taking risk and taking a risk on yourself. You know.
I like that.
So
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. I'm taking something from you now. Don't get me
I
wrong. Now.
know, I
I'm
know. We
taking
we
something
right
from you.
here. We right here. This is fucking cha
Yeah,
cha
for
right
sure, for
now.
sure. This about one of the kind of the best ones because it got me here like, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
Like
tend
for
to
real,
be one of those
dead
people.
serious, bro, dead serious.
People tell me
So
all the
look,
time I need to be
let me
right.
ask you this then. So like since you've been in Atlanta, how you feel like the music scene is like for yourself as an artist because you're independent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you feel like the music scene is for independent artists in Atlanta?
I mean, independent music for artists, period. Not even just in Atlanta is it's really it's scary. It's scary as fuck because ain't nothing to fall back on. You know what I mean? You're basically building a fucking house from the inside. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any floor plans. I mean, you get floor plans from YouTube and all these different, courses and people are trying to sell you. But at the end of the day, it's you just, you know what I mean? I think the biggest thing was like building a community. Building, I think building a community was the biggest thing for me that I didn't really understand because I didn't really understand people appreciating my music or my being enough to be a part of something that I've created, because, my life was not the greatest, and I wouldn't say it wasn't the worst, but it definitely wasn't the greatest up until this point, you know. So to bring other people in, because that's what you're doing, even you know what I mean? You're building a community of people that are listening to who you are listening to and you're bringing on, and you know what I mean, that type of thing. Like, so you have to be you kind of got to be strategic, but you also have to be very lax. You want people to feel comfortable when they're coming in. And some independent artists just don't get that. They're like, oh my God, I make this great music. Why is nobody listening to it? Why does no one like me? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it's not even them. It's just them focusing on the negatives.
Yeah.
I've been reading this book and it just keeps coming up. I don't know if you ever heard of The Secret.
Nah.
Yeah, this book has been taken over my head, but it makes sense. It was like the law of attraction. If like attracts like, if if you're taking in, that negative person that's just negative all the time, and that negative shit just keeps happening to their ass. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you, man. They're like, I'm trying. It's like, no, not really. And that's just what it is. It's same thing with artists. Is they think the one thing they drop is going to be the one thing, and then they're disappointed and they're negative, and then they're tearing themselves down, and then they don't feel right. So it's hard. Being independent at any time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a child with no mom or dad. Like, you're just running through the world, trying to find out what it is that you're supposed to be doing and how to get more people to, love you for it. That's all.
Might take 3 losses in a row, then you might wake up and win the next 2 days, man. It's
And
crazy.
that win might overstand the 4 days of losses. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got to keep being present. You got to show up to work every day. You know what I mean? You got to show up for the fans. You got to show up for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have it. You gotta have it in you to keep going no matter what. And that's just something I've always had, is
Yeah.
a relentlessness and resilience, to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this, man, because I already feel like, bro, I can sit here and talk. I can sit here and talk to you all night, bro. But I know we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So look, give me your top 5 artists, dead or alive, and no specific order.
Man, damn, this is crazy. Because it's not even just. I listen to so much music, it's crazy. Like, I will definitely put top 5. I don't know if I can put it bam, 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 but top 5, I would say Kurt Cobain, number 1. Like, he was I don't care about anything artist, and won. He died, but he won. Rest in peace. 2, Jay-Z. You can listen to a CD from him and you'd be like, whoa, like, this is what you said then, bruh. I listened to Rock La Familia last week. Holy shit. You need to listen to it again. dropping bombs.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna say Busta Rhymes number 3. Which I kind of want him and Andre 3000 to be in that same, because they both are just them.
Phenomenal.
They're them full fledged. Like they are them. Like you can't even really put them in a top 5. They're in like a god tier because they have revolutionized, you know, everything, because they were bringing that rock, rap, kind of duo thing together. And it was never appreciated, but it was there.
Yeah.
Um, man, Wayne, Wayne, one of the best lyricists of all time. Like, wow. And man, I fucking hate top 5s. Now I know what Kendrick feels like. Like he was like, fuck all this big 3 shit, man. This big me.
Right.
But I would
Right.
say Nas too, because Nas has to. Nas is a lyricist, just all around, just awesomeness, man. Like he can't be stopped. So yeah, that is my top 5 for now. It'll probably change tomorrow, but
Yeah. And it's crazy that it's crazy. I'm gonna talk about this for a second. It's crazy that you mentioned Andre 3000 because I would have thought he would have been number 1 on your list. Because that's who you remind me of.
He's number 1 in my heart. But I mean, on the list, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, when people do the top 5s, it's really hard, especially when you know the amount of music that I do. Like, I got records galore, CDs, I got cassettes. I listen to music. Like, I don't just click on Spotify and let them decide what I want to listen to. Like I'm listening to albums all the way through, so it's kind of tough, but I mean people like the top 5s and kind of debating who that is. What's your top 5?
Me?
Yeah.
Man, see now you want to put me in that predicament.
Yeah, you put me in the back, gotta put you on. We gotta do it, yeah.
Man, how you put me in that predicament?
2 hot seats, man.
Dang. All right, listen. I like a little old school and the new school. You know what I'm saying? So my 5, like I love 8 Ball and MJG.
Oh man. Man, what a dynamic duo. I think they don't get talked about a lot enough.
They don't,
Like
bro.
they literally, oh man, from them to come to Houston, from Houston to all the way to Memphis and just crash out. Like, wow.
Yeah. 8 Ball and MJG, bro. 4, 5, I'm gonna do Pop and Biggie.
Okay.
3, 2, 1 gonna be hard, bro. And why you put me in this predicament? But 3, bro. 3, I'm gonna do Jeezy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
3,
I
I'm gonna do
actually seen
Jeezy.
him
Only because I'm from the South.
I actually seen him at A3C last year. He was giving out because I got one of his books. It's a nice book. You should check it out.
Yeah, I need to. I heard a little bit about it. I definitely need to check it out. And then 2, 1, man. I'm going new school, so I'm gonna go Money Bag, Little Baby at 2.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go YFN Lucci number 1, man. That's my favorite artist.
YFN Lucci number 1. Wow.
Yeah, hey, listen, man, he done got me through some hard times, bro.
I do believe. I mean, I know a lot of people who love YFN Lucci, like
Yeah.
getting
Plus,
them
I
through
got a
hard
personal
times.
relationship too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the inside, man. I was on the inside for like 3-4 years, bro.
same, same. So I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to not tell. You know what I
Right.
mean? And sit in
Matter of
that
fact, free
cell.
YFN Lucci, man.
Free Lucci, man. Free Thug. Free Lucci.
Yeah, free
Free all
everybody,
the
man. Free
guys.
all the bros.
Free all the guys, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, man, what's next for you though? What's next?
So I got a lot going on right now. I got a new project dropping late summer, called Jacking for Bleach, which you should know what's gonna happen to that. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of rappers possibly mad because they're gonna be like, damn, this singing nigga just killed this beat like this, like, and he just gonna keep doing it.
Right.
And that'll be hosted by Trapaholics. So that's gonna be wonderful. I also got a show that's about to premiere for because I'm a football fan, like soccer football fan that is. Uh it's basically a traveling show where I go to different cities, different states, eat with the people, drink with the people, party with the people, and talk about football. It's called YNWA America. It'll be dropping soon. Also, I got a few other singles that are gonna be dropping. A couple covers, another cover dropping next month. It's a Weezer cover, which is gonna be, I think, is the first. It is the first Weezer cover I did. But yeah, I'm gonna be dropping almost monthly this year, probably next year too. Um, Hoping that the album will be done by the end of the year so I can roll it out in the beginning. So that'll be Black Bleach. Which I know when people hear that, they're like, what does that mean? And it plays off the Black Kurt Cobain, or the Black Cobain, because Bleach was the first album that they ever released. So what I'm saying. But there are more meanings on there. I could go into it, but we'll save it for another time. When it gets
Yeah.
closer to the release, I'll let you know.
Right. We'll come back. We'll come back by then. Cause you'll be done did a million more things by then.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
never stop.
Yeah. So is there any videos coming up? We can expect any videos?
Oh yeah, I just dropped a Carnival remix video last week or
Shout out to
2 weeks
YouTube real
ago.
quick.
Huh?
Shout out to YouTube real quick.
Yeah, shout out to YouTube for letting me, place my videos there whenever I want. Y'all are so cool. but but also I'm gonna do a video for Island in the Sun. We got a lot of videos coming in for Jack and for Bleach. So yeah, I'm gonna be flooding it from all sides, literally. It's like almost a super villain type situation going on where I'm not doing anything, and then it's just gonna be like, bah, 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 bah. So yeah, super excited for the next few months. We've been planning a lot. Me and the management team, uh, me and my record label, Trip House. Shout out to Trip House.
Shout out to Trip
Um,
House.
we've been doing a lot. So yeah, we're ready to flood the city, flood the state, flood the country, and others, and yeah, take over.
That's what's up. I like the sound of that, brother. I'm here for it all, man. You already know. Just tag me. I'm gonna
Oh,
repost,
I
share,
got you for
comment.
sure, for sure. You gonna know before everybody else.
Already. Let's get another song going too on the station. We still got the other song spinning. I want to get another one going.
I got you. I got the next one. Yeah, the next one I'm dropping. Yeah, that's gonna probably go crazy on the radio. Trust.
All right.
Real summertime shine. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's
Let's do
gonna be
that.
lit for sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Listen, before we get out of here, I got to get you to do this. I need you to shout out your YouTube. I need you to shout out your Spotify, your Apple, all that. Shout out your IG, all the social media sites. And then I need you to drop some wisdom for these independent artists, man, that's trying to get to your level.
All right, for sure. Kaddy Kobain, you can follow me anywhere with Kaddy Kobain on it. Kaddy. If you can't figure it out, just Google Kaddy Kobain. I will pop up. I am Googleable. So that I'm just making it easy for you. Just Google Kaddy Kobain. Also to the youth, I mean, not even the youth, anybody who's independent, anybody who's coming up, anybody who wants to do something that they feel others won't listen to, don't listen to yourself say that. Just put it out and find your people. You know what I mean? You got to find your tribe. Always look alive, find your tribe, and it'll be there. You can't give up. Just look the part, as a famous pimp will say, look good, smell good, keep fresh Fleetwood. So, you know what I mean? Just look like you want the job and you'll probably get it. You know what I mean? Law of attraction. That's what it is.
That's what it is, man. Law of attraction. I like that, man. I like that. I like that. This was like I said, bro. That's why I ain't cause man, I sit here and talk to you all day because you got some wisdom.
Well,
But
we'll
that's
have to
cool
chop
though,
it
man.
up.
I
We'll
got
have to
your
chop
number.
it up
So when I need you, I'm gonna hit you up.
on another time for sure though.
Absolutely, man. I should be that way in like 2 weeks, so we can definitely need to link up.
Yeah, just hit the phone. You know what it is,
Yeah, I
man.
got you. I'm gonna be up that way, probably the 12th
All right,
of
for sure.
July.
Yeah, I'll be in town.
All right, bet. I'm gonna hit you up, man. Definitely. Like I say, man, I appreciate you for sliding by Chill Talk the podcast. Listen, man, y'all make sure y'all go to 94.4 FM Jams by the Altitude, request a song. All you gotta do is type in Kaddy Kobain, and it's gonna pop up.
It's gonna
Just
pop
like that.
up.
You know
Just
what I'm
Google me.
saying? Yeah. My boy say you can Google him. So
Just
Google
Google
him.
me.
Y'all make sure y'all support, man. Download, share, buy, whatever you gotta do, comment, go to a show, book him for a show. Promoters, lock in, tap in. Club
Yes.
owners, lock
All
in,
that.
tap in. DJs as
All
well.
that, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all get
Let's
on this
go.
your music. Hey, don't be surprised in like 5 years, everybody else is trying to do what you already doing right now.
I'll give it another. I give it another year. I give it another year.
I tried to say
They gonna
5.
try to catch on, but you know who gonna be producing it though?
You.
I'm
Because
gonna
you the
get
only one got
mine.
the sound.
I'm gonna get mine. What you said?
I say you the only one got the sound right now. So
Exactly. So they gonna have to come to me. I'm the plug.
I'm the plug.
I'm the plug's plug.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, man. Appreciate you for sliding by Chill Talk the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
I
Shout out
appreciate
to
you too,
94.4
Chill
FM
Will,
Jam.
man.
Shout out to
Everybody,
Trip House Records, man. Shout out
yeah.
to my brother Kaddy Kobain, man. We're in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go support him, tune in, tap in, lock in, whatever you need to do. Follow
Yes,
him.
sir.
If you ain't following him, unfollow me. Straight like
Yeah.
that.
Or just unfollow yourself. You know what I mean? Either
That
way.
too. Yeah, all that. Hey, appreciate you for sliding by, bro. Much love, peace,
My
and blessings,
dog.
man.
Same. All right, my G.
For sure.